Blanchett. He's coming from Vancouver today. He's an international artist for Joico, and he has masterminded this fabulous French roll that was inspired by a single man. So tell me, what is the most important thing if you were to be creating a French roll at home, which I have to say is not easy. But
at home, my goodness. Well, you know what? Take control of the hair. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't really do when they're doing any upstyle work. I think the most important thing is take control of it, and it will secure itself. If you're a little soft with your styling, then it's very apt to collapse.
So be confident.
Yeah.
In other words.
Yes.
Right.
Unlike some of the fashions of the past, we're adding shine back into the hair.
Right.
A lot of hair in the past few years has been sexy and sort of peach worn and a bit more matte.
Yes.
So we've reached for a hairspray which is going to add a bit more shine to it. The one that we're using for the show here is our Joy Mist Medium. And for the top of the hair, where we're adding a bit of different texture in kind with Nicola's sort of character. He really likes, he's an architect of trade in the past, and he really likes having or describing the world through opposing forces. So we wanted to do that through his hair as well.
Oh, interesting.
So,
and is that the reason behind the crimping?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that we talked about as well is we wanted to create volume, but we wanted to bring it, I guess, move it away from backcombing through the top and actually move volume and texture through it using crimping. So instead of backcombing the top, we're just creating a soft movement which will still have a tattered, textured feel. What we're trying to describe is, for example, they gone into the salon to do the French twist and they went home and did the top on themselves. Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. You know what I noticed is that you're pinning the French roll with bobby pins, and what I see in Australia mainly is U-pins and things. Have you been using one over the other? Have you been using both?
It's interesting that you mentioned it to me, because I might turn around and see what they're using. Because actually they should be using bobby pins to secure the first side of the French twist. Yes. So back up, and then securing it down. And when we wrap the French twist back this way, is using a U-pin and securing it here. That's what we should be using through there. So
I believe
not doing that. I'm going to go and snag some
that's what I saw.
Okay, good. Phew.
We haven't seen a French roll or a French twist, as you say, in a long while. It has been all this long.
Yeah.
You know, do you, when you create hairstyles, do you prefer to work and be inspired by a film and things of that nature, or are you inspired by overseas runway shows, or you know?
I think the first thing that inspires me is the individual that I'm working with. That's the first and foremost thing, because I think that when we're working with somebody's clothing on the runway, we have to express their character through their hair as well. And really each of the designers that I've worked with down here, that's the first thing that I kind of reflect upon, is their character, and try and express that through the hair as well.
Oh, it's interesting. Do you think more about the designer, or equally as much about the designer themselves as per the collection that you're designing for?
I think that the inspiration of the hair changes as the creative process went through. I think that, you know, the one thing that we discovered with Julianne Moore, whose hair was seen in the movie, when we took a look at the wardrobe, we didn't feel that we wanted to create more elevation and height in the model. So we wanted to make sure that we had very linear shapes, which would reflect very linearly, or giving height on the runway.
Hence why it's very vertical in the back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you heard me saying it was like, everybody be uptight. There's only one vertical, I said. There's only one vertical, so let's make sure that we get that as clear as possible from the runway. Again, that's in keeping with Nicola's architectural background. So other designers, I wouldn't necessarily be that specific about the
but because it's very much the nature of him, that's why.
We wanted to see
interested.
I wanna